a look at who's back. And it's me. So today I will be demonstrating and showing you some different water purification methods. I'll even talk about a few others. So I'll see y'all once I get down in the woods. Alright? Sound good to y'all? Sounds good to me. Well then, so why don't y'all come on down here in the woods with me? This is only just part way. Still got a little ways to go. Today will be about purification. I might do a few different boiling techniques, etc., etc. But we talk a little bit first. So, purification involves making the water pure and clean for you to save, for you to drink. I don't know why I did that. Alright. So when you boil, there's many different ways you can purify your water. There's many different kinds of purification products and purification techniques. But there is only one that is 100% guaranteed to kill everything. You wanna know what that one is? I tell you, that one is boiling the water. Fun fact, you do not have to boil the water for any specific length of time in order to kill all the parasites and pathogens. Because by the time you got the water to a rolling boil and for it to cool off, you have killed all living organisms and bacteria. That part is very simple. There are different chemical products you can use as well. Those are pretty guaranteed, but you are not supposed to use them over a length of time because they can have an impact on your health. I do not have any chemical purification product with me. Matter of fact, I ain't got nothing with me but my knives. And I say knives because I do carry a lot on me. That's good though. So making your water pure, finding your water, filtering it, and purifying it are absolutely essential skills to any wilderness adventurer, or hunter, or fisher, or even to the survivor. Whether you're down in a plane wreck or something, or whatever. So, I will be showing you a few different techniques on how you can boil your water, or purify it. I say boiling water because it's the only way I ever really use. Just an old habit of mine. Alright. So I see y'all back in the woods. Literally, in the woods. Alright. Hey y'all, so I'm in the woods finally. Okay. I'm gonna talk with you about chemical purification methods for the moment. So you can go to the store, you can buy these they're called water purification tablets. And you can get the chlorine dioxide ones or the iodine ones. And those are great for emergencies. But I can tell you right now, there's a high probability that they can kill everything and render it safe for you. But yeah, chemical purification methods is one, over time bad for you, and two, it's just, I don't know, I don't like it personally. But what it is you do, I think it's, actually, I don't know what the formula for it is. I've never used them. So don't take that from me. And the purification methods I've used is, The only purification method that uses chemicals that I've used is iodine, and I don't use iodine tablets. I use povidone iodine. It's dual use because I can, say, pack a bottle of povidone iodine that I can use as an antiseptic on, say, if I cut myself, or I can use that same iodine to purify some water. So to me, that's worth its weight. And what that is that it's 3 drops povidone iodine per quart/liter, or if it's clear. Now if it's cloudy, double it. I prefer not to use chemical purification methods because over time it can be bad for you, but it can be used in an emergency. If you ain't got nothing else to do, by all means drop something in there just to make it clean for you to drink so you don't die of dehydration. So off camera, I went off and made a primitive container. Now on this one in particular, I messed up once, but it's still useful. I'll show you how to make one of these in a later video, hopefully. I made a primitive container because I just didn't have my canteen cup with me. But what I did is I made basically improvised clothes pegs, and I had to use the wet bark that I used for the filter yesterday, and yada yada. But where I messed up is that ripped. But don't worry, it's still useful, because if I just prop it up like this, the water will all settle down right here, and it's still useful. So the method I'm going to be talking with you about right now is a method called rock boiling. You've probably heard of it. You may or may not have, but some of you probably have. What that involves is taking a non-wet rock, in other words a rock that doesn't have a high moisture content, propping it into your fire, and once it gets hot, you just put it in here with a pair of tongs that you either make or have on with you. And the heat transfer from the rock to the water will literally rapidly heat the water up. I have done this before, and there are several ways you can do this. Like, for one, if your soil that you're in is high, very concentrated clay, it's made of clay and all that stuff, you can dig a hole, smooth it out, start a fire in it. So basically you're, drying out the clay and, firing it. Pour your water in there and rock boil it. It's going to be mucky, but it is going to be a lot less muckier than if you was to just dig and rock boil, or use any soil for that matter. Keep in mind that's an emergency thing only, because over time, drinking water with a live soil and grit in it can actually wear down your teeth. So I'm going to go ahead and find some rocks so I can show you what I'm talking about right here. Alright, y'all. Okay. So, it's probably a little hot. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your rocks and just toss them in there. Let them get real hot. Alright. While they're doing that, I'm going to put some water in this. Also, what I've been done, made myself a pair of tongs. Let's get this sucker get nice and hot. Now, while that's doing that, this is the only method of purification I'm going to demonstrate. And the reasoning for that is because the other method is, you've all seen it. All you do is take your metal cup, metal canteen, whatever, fill it with water, put it on the fire, and let it come to a rolling boil. Because by the time it hits that rolling boil and cools off, every single last little pathogen is dead. Cook them little suckers alive. Anyway, there's another method called pasteurization, which is where you take a plastic soda bottle or something like that, and you fill it with water, your untreated water, and then you just cap it and let it sit out in sunlight. On a very sunny day, it'll take about 1 day, because the UV light from the sun is what kills it. Now, on a cloudy day, it might take anywhere between 2 to 4 days, because they make these filters out now that are called UV filters, and they're not really filters, they're supposed to be purifiers. But what they do is you turn it on and it emits a UV light, and it's very, very, very concentrated, more concentrated than the sun. So it only takes about 1 minute, and the battery is rechargeable. I'm trying to save up and get me one of those. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna let the fire burn down to heat up your rocks real good. You want them rocks really hot. I'm gonna try and get mine quite hot. So yeah, purification there's not that many methods for actually purifying your water, but what ones there are do typically work very well. They'd have to be, otherwise they wouldn't be called purifiers, now would they? It's kind of funny how you sit out here in the woods and you're doing all these things that you have fun with, but you're not really talking. I mean, to you, it's kind of funny because you're sitting there and it feels like I'm talking to you. But to me, I'm just talking to this little camera. What I like to do is pretend I'm talking to my little imaginary friend Bobby over there. I'm trying to teach him all the skills he'll need so that way when he gets dropped off in the middle of the woods, he's gonna be fine. You know, this stuff is pretty fun. And me doing it for YouTube and other places, it gives me an excuse to go out there and actually do more and more often, instead of just plain laziness. Because it is fun. And it's good fitness too. It's often overlooked, but it's amazing how fit you actually need to be in order to really do this stuff. Alright, those rocks should be good and hot by now. Take your rock, plop it in there. Here, I'm gonna show you. See those bubbles coming off? Your water's heating up pretty good like that. And what you want to do once it starts cooling off is to just roll it over. And once it stops going, just take it out and pop it back in the fire. Come on, camera. I need a tripod. There we go. What you just do, take it out, pop it back in the fire, take out another one. Get it to a rolling boil. Alright, so that's pretty simple. Oh, in case you haven't noticed, I got my hair hacked off finally. Now I can actually be here without sweating profusely. So, anyway, that is rock boiling. And I talked about boiling, pasteurization, chemical treatments, and that's really all the purification methods there are. I even talked about how you can rock boil in the ground. Now, in a later video, I'll show you how to make these primitive containers and stuff like that. But for now, hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that little button up there. No, it's down there now. Hit that little button.